Brendon. We're with the ScholarBuys team here. We're going to talk a little bit about technology financing for education with ScholarBuys. And so obviously there's different options both on the hardware and software side of things. And Mike, as the hardware expert, we'll talk let's start with hardware.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Brendon. So when you're looking at hardware leasing, right, you can do two different ways. There's called a fair market value and there's called a dollar buyout. The main difference between the two of them is that with fair market value, you have the option to return the equipment at the end of the lease cycle and start fresh. So you can refresh your equipment every 3 years. With dollar buyout, your payments might be slightly higher, but you're going to own all equipment outright at the end of the lease cycle. And when you're looking at a hardware lease, right, you can bundle everything in, whether that be the Chromebook, the laptop, the software that goes along with it, the warranty, the charging cart, the services, can all be under that umbrella that you can spread out your payments over 3 years, which is a great benefit.
Great, yeah, and it's similarly with software, Darren, I'll let you touch on that, but ultimately the goal here is to try and spread out that upfront cost, right? And the same applies with software.
Absolutely, and we see it all the time, and many of you I'm sure have noticed as well, especially when you're looking at, say, a cybersecurity solution. The licensing there, oftentimes those manufacturers will really provide significant discounting if you elect to do a multi-year term. And where those discounts can be obviously very advantageous, it may not be in the budget, right? You might not have the capital ready to make that large upfront expenditure where you were expecting to only grab software for a 12-month term, for example, right? So the ability to still take advantage of those multi-year savings, but then have the flexibility of spreading out those payments into equal annual payments, it really can go a long way to allow you to make more of the budget that you have, right? Adopting the technologies that you really are interested in that might have been out of reach previously just based on cost, taking advantage of some of those multi-year discounts and then still being able to annualize the payments on that really goes a long way.
Yeah.
It's really outstanding.
And there's some protections that it offers as well, right? When you're buying something at a multi-year level, multi-term level, you're going to be able to lock in your pricing, right, for an extended period of time. You're protecting yourself from any potential changes, right, to the licensing models or just the different formats. So that's also helpful as well.
Absolutely, yeah. It happens all the time, whether it's just year-over-year cost increases imposed by the manufacturers, or to your point, they change the licensing structure, how they're even asking you to acquire their technologies. So being able to kind of relieve yourself of that throughout the life cycle of that multi-year term is another just major benefit. You just feel very sheltered from any of those changes and cost increases.
And so we're here to help you navigate those waters and really provide you with guidance through that process if you are considering leveraging those extra discounts through any kind of multi-term and any kind of large hardware purchase.